Hey, what's up, guys? I wanted to start a series about early game Ironman ideas and unlocks. When you first make an Ironman and exit Tutorial Island, it is really easy to get overwhelmed with how many options you have. Do I train? Do I jump into the list of over 150 quests? Do I do what every other Ironman does and go to Wintertot straight out the gate? I do want to preface that when it comes to playing Old School Runescape, you can play at your own pace. You can play as efficiently or inefficiently as you want. Whether you're an Ironman or normal account, it doesn't matter. It's most important that you play the game however you want to play it, not how others tell you to play it. However, if you are overwhelmed, I'm going to list off some goals you can work towards that'll greatly progress your account. First things first, I have to mention Wintertot. So many Ironmen grind all the way to 99 fire making right off the bat to get a head start on supplies. You can get a decent amount of early game seeds, herbs, ores, gems, and food. You'll also end with a pretty sizable cash stack as well. This is what I did. As soon as I started up my Ironman, I can show you the loot from 50 to 99 fire making. Something that I didn't do that I really should have during the Wintertot grind is at least do some solos. I ended Wintertot with a really low construction level. Soloing Wintertot gives a ton of free construction XP. And construction gives insane quality of life in this game, but is usually really expensive. Definitely do not feel like you have to do Wintertot early on because your health is low. Wintertot at higher HP isn't really that bad. You could just buy wines from Draenor Village and use those as food. Those are more than enough to suffice, and they're really cheap. The next thing I want to mention is questing. There are huge portions of the game locked behind quests. And questing early on in your account feels significantly better than it does to wait until your stats are already high. When you quest early on, you can get tons of levels that are usually fairly slow leveling anyways. There's an optimal quest order or guide that I can link to in the description, but a lot of accounts rush Waterfall Quest, Tree Gnome Village, Fight Arena, and Witch's House super early on to get a massive boost to their combat stats. Fossil Island is an extremely useful zone for a variety of things like giant seaweed for crafting XP and birdhouses for tree seeds and Ceridome and brews. Fossil Island is locked behind the quest Bon Voyage, and you also have to have 100 kudos with the Varrock Museum. Kudos are a little weird. You can gain kudos by doing certain quests or activities around the museum. I could put a wiki link in the description for this as well. The Ham Storeroom is locked behind the Death of the Dorgeshin questline. Alching jewelry from the Ham Storeroom is a great way to make money early on. You can also easily obtain the Amulet of Power without having to level crafting all the way to 70 to craft your own. Some of the jewelry might be worth keeping for teleports like ruby necklaces for easy access to Fossil Island. I am going to cover more on early game teleports and jewelry in another video that will hopefully be up next week. The Throne of Miscellania quest unlocks a great way to generate resources over time just by using GP. I also recommend doing the quest Royal Trouble to unlock extra resource allocation. It is very easy to get all the logs you need to fund construction, and as an Ironman, I definitely recommend maxing out the herb resource. This is a great way to stockpile herbs for potions. I'll also link below to a really cool tool that calculates kingdom loot. The last quest line that I want to talk about is an extremely long one. This has a ton of prerequisite quests that you can start super early on. This is the Recipe for Disaster quest line. This quest unlocks gloves in different tiers based on how far along the quest line you are. The final gloves are the Barrow's gloves, and they are very good for all combat styles with no replacements until super late game. The final thing that I want to hit on is do your clue scrolls. Clue scrolls are a great way to break the monotony of certain activities, and there are tons of really good rewards for Ironmen from clue scrolls. For example, every level of clue can drop Godbook pages, which can turn into some really good offhands, especially the Book of Darkness and the Book of Law for Mage and Range, respectively. That's going to be it for this one. I wanted to keep it nice and short. If you liked the video, let me know. I will absolutely be making more of these. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see those. These are just some really useful ideas to do early on if you're overwhelmed with options. But yeah, thanks for watching. Until next time, peace.